everyone, I'm Lily. I'm 8. Today I'm going to read a story. The title of this story is Makusani's Lesson. The older people tell a story of a boy named Makusani. He was usually a well-behaved boy and always meant to be good, but somehow he managed to get himself in trouble without even trying. One morning, Makusani was leaving his house to hunt up in the mountains. His mother told him to be careful and to stay on the trail. "I'm worried about you," she said as he walked out the door. "I'll be fine, Mom," he shouted back, carrying his blowgun at his side. So Makusani left the village and traveled toward the mountains. There were many small animals to hunt where the forest grew thick. As Makusani was following the trail up into the mountain, he approached a river. He had passed by this place many times before, but on this day, there was a canoe tied to the shore. As he walked closer to the canoe, he noticed there was a girl in the boat. He forgot about hunting and decided he wanted to play with the girl. He yelled, "Hi, my name is Makusani. What's yours?" "Leave me alone," she said. "My father won't let me talk to boys." "But he won't know," Makusani replied. "Why can't we play?" She didn't answer. In fact, she ran away. Makusani thought this was an unusual kind of gift, but he followed her. As he chased her though, she turned into a frog, and she hopped and hopped, and he couldn't catch her. Makusani ran as swiftly as he could, dropping his blowgun away along the way, but she escaped. He was out of breath. He had wandered far from the trail, and the rainforest was very thick. He was unsure of how to find his way back to his village. Makusani sat on the log and thought, "What should I do now? How am I going to get back home?" As he sat there, another girl walked out of a grove of tropical trees. "What are you doing here, so far from the village?" she asked. She was a few years older than Makusani. "I'm lost," he said. "I was chasing a frog, but she got away. Now I don't know how to get back home." "My name is Huena," she said. "I am Makusani," he replied. "We'll go to my father's house," Huena said. "He'll know how to get you home." She liked Makusani. He appeared to be a nice boy. The two went walking off into the forest. After they had traveled for a long time, Huena stopped to rest. "I'm weary," she said. "Let's rest here for a while. I want to take a quick nap. You stand guard and don't play any child tricks on me while I'm asleep." "Okay," Makusani said, wondering how long she wanted to rest. But after only a few minutes, Makusani was restless. Huena appeared to be asleep already. He dug around under a fallen tree and found a little green beetle. He thought it would be funny to put the bug on her arm while she slept. As she quietly laid the beetle on her arm, she woke up. "I told you not to play any tricks on me," Huena said. She was very angry. While Makusani was trying to explain that he was only playing, she turned into a tinamou bird and flew away. Makusani was alone again. He was even more lost than before. He thought, "How am I going to find the trail? How am I going to get home?" He decided to walk down the hill, hoping to find the trail. After a while, he found another river. There was a canoe floating by on the current. I'm lost, yelled Makusani to the man in the canoe. I want to get home. Get in, the man said, steering the canoe to the edge of the river. My name is Nanuri. I'm Makusani, the boy said. As they floated down the river, Nanuri told Makusani not to open the bag in the bottom of the canoe. Makusani agreed he wouldn't, but the bag was wiggling. Makusani was curious about what might be inside. They came to a rapid where the river was swift. Nanuri had to paddle hard to control the canoe. Makusani thought he could sneak a quick peek inside the bag while Nanuri wasn't looking. When he opened the bag, a boa constrictor uncoiled from the bag and tried to wrap itself around Makusani. I told you not to open the bag, Nanuri yelled as he threw the giant snake into the water. He was very angry. Just as Makusani was trying to explain that he was only being curious, Nanuri turned into an otter and swam away. Without warning, Makusani had to paddle the canoe. He didn't know how, so he just steered toward the riverbank. He was relieved when he hit the riverbank. Makusani pulled the canoe out of the water and started walking downhill. It was getting late now, and he was feeling worried. He still didn't know where he was. Makusani climbed up into a tree to rest for a while. He was getting hungry, and he didn't even have his blowgun anymore. He had dropped it when he was chasing the frog. As he sat in the tree, he wondered what to do next. The boa constrictor slithered up the tree. Makusani was afraid, but he was too high to jump. Suddenly, the snake turned into a girl. She spoke to Makusani. I am the daughter of the sun. Because you release me, I will assist you in getting home. Thank you, Makusani said, relieved that he wasn't going to be eaten. There's one condition though, the sun girl replied. You must always think about how your action will affect the other. Is that all? Makusani inquired, relieved this time that he wouldn't have to do anything difficult. It's very important, she said. Your mother has been worried sick about you all day. It's almost nightfall, and she expected you to return home hours ago. Instead, you were getting yourself lost. I promise, replied Makusani. He felt bad that his mother had been worried all day. He also felt bad that he put a beetle on Huena's arm and made her angry. So the sun girl walked Makusani back to his village. His mother was excited to see him and thanked the sun girl repeatedly. Just as Makusani's mother was about to invite the sun girl to stay for dinner, she turned back into a boa constrictor and slithered into the forest. Why was Makusani's mother worried about him? A, he was not well behaved. B, he liked getting into trouble. C, he was too young to be going hunting by himself. D, he was always getting in trouble even if he didn't mean to. D. What was the first thing Makusani does that get him into trouble? A, he dropped his blowgun. B, he went off the trail to talk to the girl in a canoe. C, he looked inside the bag. D, he teased the young girl. I choose B. Who was the third person Makusani met along the way? A, Nami. B, Juana. C, I choose A. Why did the Sangro decide to help Makusani? A, he let her out of the bag. B, he played tricks on her. C, which of the following is not a place from the story? A, the mountains. B, the river. C, the beach. D, the rainforest. I choose C. What condition did Sun Girl give Makusani if he wanted to help to get home? A, he must always obey his mother. B, he must never go hunting alone. C, he must think about what he does affect others. D, he must be kind to his mother. I should C. What time of day was it when Makusani finally got home? A, early in the morning. B, late at night. C, right before nightfall. D, in the afternoon. I see. What do you learn about Makusani in the story? A, he is very curious. B, he is very dependable. C, he is very lazy. D, he is very angry. A, how was the girl in the canoe different from Juana? A, she didn't tell Makusani her name. B, she turned into a bird. C, she took a nap. D, she went for a walk with Makusani. I choose A. Read the example sentence. Makusani did not listen to others repeatedly. What does repeatedly mean? A, during busy time of the days. B, once in a while. D, many times in a row. D, in time of trouble. I choose C.
What? No way. You got a perfect score? I'm impressed.
I got 10 or 10 correct. The end. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
từ từ